Hello everyone, so today we will discuss about photodiode. Firstly, we should learn about photoconduction. We know that energy associated with a photon incident radiation is E is equal to h mu is equal to hc by lambda, where mu is the frequency of radiation, lambda is wavelength, c is the velocity of light, and h is Planck's constant. When such a photon is incident on an intrinsic semiconductor, some energy is absorbed. The amount of radiation absorbed depends upon the frequency of radiation and the material of semiconductor. So first point, h mu less than Eg. Eg is the band gap energy. The radiation passes through the material with a very small amount of absorption. Second case, h mu is greater than Eg. There is a large amount of absorption and the semiconductor becomes opaque to the incident radiation. Third point, when h mu is further increased, the situation is almost unchanged. As h mu becomes greater than Eg forbidden energy gap, the electron-hole pair are produced in excess of those produced thermal case. This phenomena is called photoconduction. However, when h mu less than Eg, electron-hole pair are not created, but the energy of charge carrier is increased within their bands. And shown in the figure, dotted line represent the level of 100% absorption, and the energy corresponding to this portion is approximately equal to band gap energy. And when the energy is less than band gap energy, there is a very small amount of absorption. And when energy is very greater than band gap energy, the situation is almost unchanged because it attains a 100% absorption. In the case of semiconductor, there are very few charge carrier to absorb the energy. There is an contrast to the case of metal, where large number of free electrons are available to absorb this energy. Thus, metals are opaque even at low energy levels. The minimum energy of a photon required for intrinsic excitation is band gap energy Eg. Eg is equal to E1 minus E2. E1 is the lower energy level of conduction band and E2 is the upper energy level of valence band. The wavelength corresponding to energy gap Eg is lambda c. Lambda c is denoted as critical or cutoff wavelength. Lambda c is equal to hc upon Eg. Putting the value of Planck's constant h and the speed of light c, we have calculated the value of lambda c. If lambda c is measured in microns and Eg is electron volt, the final value of lambda c is 1.24 upon Eg. Eg is in electron volt and lambda c is in microns. In the case of silicon, band gap energy is 1.1 electron volt. By using the value of Eg, we have calculated the value of lambda c is equal to 1.13 micrometer. In the case of germanium, the band gap energy is 0.71 electron volt. By using the value of Eg, we have calculated the value of lambda c. Lambda c is equal to 1.746 micrometer. The charge carrier may also be created by the addition of atom of both donor and acceptor impurity. This process is called extrinsic excitation. An incident photon may excite a donor electron into conduction band, or a valence electron may move to acceptor state. The creation of new charge carrier by both type of excitation increases the current, which decreases the resistance of semiconductor. Hence, these devices are called photoresistor or photoconductor. So next is photodiode. We have already discussed in PN junction diode, the charge carriers free electron and positive charge holes are created due to thermal energy. As the temperature increases, more electrons break the covalent bond and are set free, creating hole in the position previously occupied by the electron. But in photoconduction, an incident photon supplies the energy for the creation of new electron-hole pair. A photodiode is a semiconductor PN junction device which operates in the reverse bias region. In reverse biasing arrangement, a very small amount of current flow due to motion of minority charge carrier across the junction. In a photodiode, the rate of production of charge carrier is increased and it becomes greater than the rate at which they recombine. The light is made to fall on PN junction with the help of lens arrangement, as shown in this figure. The energy of the incident photon result in the increased emission of minority charge carrier, which are driven off by the reverse bias voltage. इस केस में जो लाइट इंसिडेंट करवा रहे हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ लेंस अरेंजमेंट, वो जंक्शन के क्रॉस ही करवा रहे हैं, जिससे जो डिफ्यूजन प्रोसेस है वो सिमेट्रिक रहे दोनों साइड से, पी साइड से भी और एन साइड से भी. इन एन ऑर्डिनरी पीएन जंक्शन डायोड, reverse current is of the order of few microamperes and becomes saturated for a certain voltage called Zener voltage. In the photodiode, the reverse current increases with the increase of reverse voltage, first rapidly, then it becomes constant. The intensity of incident radiation also increases the reverse current. The dark current shows the current with no applied illumination of light. It is the current produced by thermally generated minority charge carrier. However, germanium gives higher dark current than silicon. The current in the reverse bias semiconductor photodiode depends upon the diffusion of minority charge carrier across the junction. If the incident radiation is focused on a small spot away from the junction, the injected minority charge carrier can recombine before diffusion across the junction. This would decrease the current IR, and this graph shows the asymmetrical behavior because of the difference in diffusion of minority charge carrier in the P and N side. Next is the uses of photodiode. First is high speed reading of computerized punch cards. Second, light detection system. Third, reading of film soundtracks. Fourth, light operated switches, and many more.